What's going on, everyone? So you're about to see footage from my deadlift day, also some overhead pressing July 2nd here. I started off pulling with conventional and sumo, just kind of warming up to see which one felt better. And again, previous sessions have had this problem as well. Sumo has kind of tearing up my hip, so I decided to pull conventional. And I've said this before as well. I'm overall more a fan of conventional for people. If you're a powerlifter, you're just looking to pull the most weight as possible, sumo may be good for you. But I think from a bodybuilding standpoint, conventional is quite a bit more superior. So I have no problem pulling with that. Again, it lets me not be lazy with my mobility work, especially my ankles that I need to work on to pull better conventional. So the progression I'm using for the moment is just a 5-3-1 with also some added volume. That's pretty much all I'll talk about my progression. Form-wise, what I'll have you guys look at is definitely my hips and my hamstrings. Hopefully you can notice in these first few sets especially that there's kind of some slack, for the lack of a better term, in my hamstrings, that there's not a lot of tightness just from my hip to my knee. It kind of just looks like there's rounding and a little bit. It's hard to explain, but you definitely can feel it, that it's just not very tight, especially in the first few sets. And even when I pull here, you'll see when I drop the weight, then my hips just kind of collapse, and there's no, again, that glute hamstring really isn't tight before I pull, and it's just a lot of lats and spinal erectors and things like that I end up pulling with and not using a lot of my hamstrings. So to correct that, one of the big things that I saw doing my volume work was to keep my hips high, which I didn't do on this set either. I only did it on my last set, so you'll definitely see the difference there. But keeping my hips high and not losing that tightness from rep to rep really helped me out today. And when I pull next week, I'm hoping that that can be a big help for me. Again, this was just at 240, all of this volume stuff. So again, your form is going to be a lot better when it's 65% of your one rep than 85%. So what I need to do is just hammer away the form, not get lazy with it. Again, work on my mobility restrictions, and I really want to pull sumo. I don't have a problem with pulling, or sorry, I really want to pull conventional because again, I think it's a superior movement. But yeah, I think the 5-3-1 setup and pulling a little less frequently will probably help me too. Just help me recover a little bit. Like I said, when I was pulling sumo twice a week, the hips were just gone. There was absolutely no hip drive. So kind of taking a back seat with deadlifts right now, just kind of let them flow, not get too overworked about the progress. Maybe add 5 or 10 pounds here and there, but not really going to force it. So this was the third set. And again, the cue I really had here, just from filming myself in between sets and seeing how I could improve, were to pull my shoulders back a little bit. And I think this helped a little bit, but again, watch my hips now when I drop the bar and see how my hips just kind of collapse there, and they're not very tight. Drop the bar, hips aren't very tight here. The form looks pretty good still because again, it's 240, it's almost nothing. But now look on this final set and just how tight my hamstrings are through the movement. You know, they're definitely not perfect, but as I descend, you see how I keep my hamstrings high and my hips high, and I think this will prevent me from them shooting up. Again, it's kind of like common sense, I guess, but if I start with my hips higher, they're not going to shoot up. Whereas if I try to shove my hips down quite a bit, they tend to shoot up quickly. So that's how I'm kind of going about deadlifts right now, guys. And then I followed it up with some OHP, barbell rows, glute ham raises, and also dumbbell curls today. For OHP, it's a 5x5 day, and then my final set is a 5+, so I hit 190, or sorry, I wish, 120 for 9. So I think overhead press is a pretty underrated movement. You know, people love to do barbell press, and I do too, and incline as well, but I think overhead press should be in your routine, definitely. So that's the footage from today, guys. Again, deadlift has not been awesome for me, but again, some promising things for me today as far as keeping my hips high, and hopefully that will allow me to progress with bettering my form first of all, and then also getting stronger. So hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my content, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.